Dialogue lost loop. Some of these days have really weird names. When I wake up, my body is fully recovered. My temperature is normal and my limbs don't feel heavy at all. It's 6 o'clock. I wonder if Sakura is awake. Kind of forgot what happened. I think Shiro was sick or something and he had to stay home from school. That's right, yeah, because of that dream he had, he had some kind of fever or something, so yeah. If she is, she'll probably be preparing breakfast, like always. I'd better get ready quickly and head to the kitchen, or Sakura will finish it herself. I'm going ahead, Saber. Come to the living room in a bit. Better help me cook this food. I don't have the guts to look inside her room, so I retreat after calling out to her. I'm afraid the fever might come back. It'll be troublesome if I see Saber sleeping. Shiro is pretty easily aroused. And my grandpa collapsed. He was like, I'm sick in bed, so don't think you should settle down. So don't you think you should settle down? But he's a fool because I never settle down. I'm always hyper. Isn't that rude? He makes it sound like I'm a wandering cloud. I thought she was about to say I'm a wandering child because that's, I feel like that's more accurate. But yeah, I guess wandering cloud too. Storm cloud. Fujine complains while eating. It seems Fujine didn't come over last night because her grandfather collapsed. Senpai, what is this wandering cloud? I guess Sakura doesn't understand metaphors. It's describing Fujine. It's an airy person without a definite character. Shots fired, son. Holy shit. I answer without hesitation. You're wrong. A wandering cloud is an idler. It's what you call a person who does nothing but go around town and mock people. Or go around town to mock people. Sakura and Saber nod in comprehension. I do not even need to mention which part they agree on. So, Sensei, is your father sick? Of course not. My family is famous for not getting sick. My grandpa Sumo wrestled with one of the younger guys and hurt his hips. Sumo. What is the sumo, Taika? Huh? It's kinda hard to explain in words. It's a type of martial art where you push instead of pull. Push and push. You can't use weapons and you can't use a fist. You also can't kick. You basically grapple with your opponent and win by knocking your opponent down onto the ground. So it is a pure contest of power. Yup, and you don't wear any clothes. You and your opponent grapple pretty much naked. That's the rather awkward part about that. Naked. Yep. Well, your weak point is covered by a mawashi. Oh, that's a sumo wrestler's loincloth, by the way. If you don't understand, ask Shiro about it. He knows more than I do. Oh god, Shiro's done this. Fujine says something absurd as she sips on her miso soup. I see. So, Shiro, what is this loincloth? It's easy to explain, but I'm a bit hesitant to talk about it. I'm talking to Saber, and we're eating right now. Why do I have to talk about loincloths during a meal? I don't know. Sumo is out of my area of expertise, so ask someone else. You're lying! You have a loincloth too! That's scary. I don't want to imagine that. That face. I don't. I had to do sumo because your grandfather made me, and I only borrowed one then. First of all, that happened years ago. That makes it even worse. So he did it when he was a kid. You're right! You kept losing because you were small back then. My gramps told you to do a different sport because you wouldn't give up until you won, so he made you start archery. Good. It's a good thing Shiro didn't continue to do that. Fujine is laughing cheerfully. Man, Fujine is in high spirits this morning, so she's louder than usual. She's always like this, though. Hey, Fujine, it's almost time. You'll be late unless you leave here before 7 o'clock. Huh? Oh, it's fine today. Morning club activities are canceled starting today. Well, I still have to leave early because there's a teacher's meeting. Still can't believe she's a teacher. Huh? The morning practice for the archery club is canceled as well? Yep. Oh, I see. You didn't hear about it, huh? There was an incident yesterday and some people on the track team got injured during practice. I guess it's because of lack of sleep, so morning practice will be cancelled for a while. I was thinking she was about to say it was another gas leak. Quote unquote gas leak. I see, but they cancelled all the practices because of one injured person? Lack of sleep is that person's. It's their own fault, unless... Fujine, how many people were injured? It's between 10 and 20 students. Holy shit. Yeah, that's more than just an accident, you dumb bitch. Like, oh man, that was, it was because of lack of sleep. That many? What about the people in the archery club? Well, nobody in our club got hurt, but a few people looked tired yesterday. And it's been dangerous recently, right? We can't just ignore the mental strain it might be causing, so I guess the school's trying to decrease the burden. I don't know about the clubs being a mental burden, but it's true that they physically tire you. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with what happened. Fujine shrugs and holds out her bowl. Yeah, you seem real concerned. Can I have another bowl, Sakura-chan? I just want it half full. Of course. You're not eating a lot this morning, Sensei. I'd say she's eating quite a bit. Give me seconds, bitch. Yeah, my stomach is hurting because I know there's a lot of work waiting for me at school, so I don't have any appetite. Fujine pretends to cry. It seems the tiger at my house wants us to believe that 2.5 bowls of rice isn't her normal serving. I can believe that. You're full of energy in contrast, Sakura-chan. You're on your second full bowl. I'm still growing. I get hungry quickly, so I have to push myself and eat extra. I think all that just goes straight to her tits. Sakura puffs up with pride. Well, I don't know about that being part of the growing thing, but maybe all the gluttons around here are influencing her. I see. Sakura does not have sufficient strength as an archer. It is good to take in extra energy. Saber nods as she keeps eating. Is it just me or is she missing the original topic? Seems that everybody just forgot about that. It's past 7 o'clock. Fujine left for school and we're cleaning now. Sakura has time as well, so we relaxed and do the dishes. With the two of us, it doesn't take long. I was keeping an eye on Sakura because of her health, but she really seems okay now. It looks like her fever's gone and she's full of energy. Senpai, I have something to tell you, so could you spare me some time? Then, Sakura stammers a question, looking as nervous as if she were breaking into somebody's house. Sure, we still have time. Okay, well, I made some lunch for you. She looks down as she hands me a lunchbox. Please notice me, Senpai, I made you lunch. It's not my usual lunchbox, and it seems Sakura prepared it for me. Well, she did say it was for you. It has a cute shape, and it's wrapped in vivid colors. The taste is guaranteed if Sakura made it, and I appreciate the fact that someone made lunch for me. See, Ren would never do that. Actually, she probably would do that. Well, actually, no, never mind, she did do that. What am I saying? Thanks. Wait, did you wake up early to make me lunch? Sakura was done with cooking breakfast when I came to the living room this morning. I admired how early she got up, but it seems she actually woke up earlier than I thought. Oh, yes, I woke up early and I didn't have anything to do, so I thought I'd make lunch. And I want to ask you about something. Why are you all formal? Do you need to consult me about something important? Trying to ask us out, I'm pretty sure. No, it's nothing big. It's not, but, oh, yes, Senpai, you don't make lunch that often. You like cooking, so I'm wondering why. Sakura, it's not like I like to cook. You could have fooled me. I don't know about a guy's hobbies being cooking, so I wish he'd keep it as something I can do. Oh, wait, we're talking about why I don't make my own lunch. Well, I know it's cheaper to make my own lunch, but the guys in my class crowd around it if I do make it. Half my lunch is taken away before I know it. Sakura nods in satisfaction. To be accurate, it's the girls that take most of my lunch, but I don't say it because it's too pathetic. And Shiro just lets them do it. Yeah, so I only make lunch when I can use the student council room. Then I eat alone with Issei. Senpai, how about eating at the archery range in that case? It's open during lunchtime. I can make you some tea and it's quiet there. Oh, that's a good idea. The archery range isn't locked, and the club members rarely go there during lunchtime. Mitsuzuri might be there, but she's not so cruel as to eat someone else's lunch. Yeah, you're right. That's a good idea. Yes, it is a good idea. But I don't know about an outsider going in there. I guess we have to ask Mitsuri for permission. It's alright. The archery range is part of the school, so any student should be able to use it when the archery club isn't using it. God, she got really assertive about that. Sakura presses her point. You're right. I guess it's fine if I'm not causing anyone trouble. I nod to myself. Then, I don't know why, but Sakura is making a victory pose with a big smile. Yes, I get to have Senpai's dick, finally. Maybe some of Fujine's energy transferred to Sakura. We walk up the hill. There are more students around us than usual. It must be because there's no morning practice today. We still have time. It's been a while since we had a morning where we could take it easy. Sakura is walking happily beside me. Beside me. I don't know why, but she's in a good mood. Spelling errors. Although that's one of the few spelling errors that I've actually seen. I haven't really seen many at all. I think I've only seen like 1 or 2, maybe 3 during this whole entire playthrough. Possibly. It could be more, but I don't know, and I just didn't notice. This is normal for me, but I guess it has been a while since I went to school with you. Yes, the archery club practices every morning. But participation isn't required, right? Most people only go once every 2 days, so you should skip once in a while. What? Would you walk to school with me if I skipped practice? Of course, we're going to the same place, so we'll be walking together either way. Oh, then... No, I can't do that. I'm not that good, so I can't afford to skip a day of practice. Sakura sticks her tongue out at herself. Are you sure about that? Not to speak ill of anyone, but you're the best in your grade. You've got great form, so I don't think there'll be any trouble, even if you skip a day or 2. No, I'm still inexperienced. My thoughts trail off and I let my guard down, and I often don't see the target. I'm lazy at heart, so I tend to slack off unless I push myself to train a little every day. If that's how she feels, who am I to disagree? I part with Sakura. My class is on the 3rd floor and hers is on the 4th. I'll see you later, Senpai. Yeah, don't fall asleep during class. People tend to get sleepy when they're full. You don't need to worry. I'm not full anymore. Sakura goes up the stairs. I wave goodbye to her and head to my classroom. Today we'll be learning about magical worms that go inside people's bodies. It's lunchtime. Shinji is absent, so is Issei. It seems Issei is being treated at the hospital after the incident at the Reupload temple. Now that I look around, I see that there are more people absent. But the number of absentees shouldn't get any higher, at least. The servant that was sucking the life force out of people in this town has been eliminated. There should be no more unexplained comas. Yeah, the people Caster harmed will get well and come back soon. I pull myself together. There are 4 masters remaining. 2 if you don't count Tosca and Ilya. I can't let my guard down until I know what kind of people they are. Yep. The masters in this route kind of get picked off like flies. Oh! We speak out in unison. I bump into Tosca the instant I go out into the hallway. Hey, what do you mean, oh? Isn't that a rude thing to say, or do you have a guilty conscience? Hey, the same goes for you. You were surprised too. And what was up with the phone call last night? You were being selfish, telling me not to come and to come. Well, yesterday was an exception. You skipped school the day after the master at the Reupload temple disappeared. Of course I thought something happened to you. I told you about the Reupload temple, so it'd trouble me if something happened to you. I'm surprised. Did Tosca feel responsible because she told me about it? I see. Thanks, Tosca. You were worried about me, right? Of course, but she's not going to admit that. That's not true. I just want to know the details of what happened since I gave you the information. Huh? But I told you over the phone yesterday, right? Both Caster and her master are defeated. There's nothing at the Reupload temple anymore. Huh? Tosca looks serious all of a sudden. What's wrong, Tosca? Did I say something weird? Yes, you did. It's not that I don't trust you, but let me confirm. You're absolutely certain that you defeated Caster. Even I could tell that. Saber completely eliminated Caster. Caster's master is... He was already dead when we got there. Alright. There's something I want to talk to you about regarding that. Can you come to the rooftop? Castor hasn't disappeared? Correct. You defeated Castor 2 days ago, right? But the coma incidents happened again yesterday. The people who had their magical energy sucked out yesterday are in a worse coma than before. No way, you definitely... I know, you wouldn't lie and I don't think you made a misunderstanding, but Archer and I saw a shadow that looked like Castor when we went to the scene of the crime yesterday. I see. Then Castor's still alive and collecting magical energy from all over the town? I'm not certain, but it seems so. But I can tell that the atmosphere of the Reupload Temple has changed. You two defeated Castor, but she still exists. That's all I'm sure of right now. This explains why she feels different from yesterday. Tosca is probably getting doubts about this war. A servant disappears if its master is defeated. A servant cannot avoid death in this world if it is completely defeated. But Castor still exists in spite of taking both these penalties. She is a violation that completely overthrows the fundamentals of the Holy Grail War. I see. So, what do you think? Huh? Me? Yeah. You think it's strange, right? I don't think you'll forfeit from the Holy Grail War, but don't you want to clear up this thing about Castor before you start fighting for the Holy Grail? You want to put off fighting other masters until after that, right? You're right. This Holy Grail War is suspicious. It seems different from the one I heard about from my dad. I think there's something different going on where we can't see it. Different, huh? I don't have the liberty to think about such a thing because the Holy Grail War itself is beyond me. But if a legitimate master like Tosca feels that way, it must be true. Then, Tosca. Yes, I won't follow the rules of the Holy Grail War until I'm convinced. It can't be helped if I'm being used, but I don't like not knowing the harm I may be imposing on others. You don't like such a thing, right? So I'm not going to be fighting other masters until I get this cleared up. She declares her stance. Tosca's eyes show her determination, and it seems to be asking for my stance. I see. Can I take that as a truce offer? If you would accept it, if you won't fight me until this case is settled, I won't hurt you either. Tosca asks me silently with her eyes. She doesn't even need to ask. That's my line. I won't fight you as long as you don't come attacking me. And even if there comes a time when we do fight, it'll be fair and square. Until then, I want to cooperate with Tosca. Then it's decided. I expected you to agree, but I'm glad to hear it all the same. Huh? Tosca holds out her right hand. I realize that she wants to shake hands, and... yeah, please give me your best regards. I try to suppress my face from turning red as I shake her hand. Alright, our contract is set. Please give me your best regards too, Emiya-kun. Tosca firmly shakes my hand. Her hand is soft, much more delicate than mine. Oh god, don't remember that. I'm an idiot! What the hell am I thinking at a time like this? What's wrong, Emiya-kun? You're sweating all of a sudden. It seems your heart's beating faster too. No, it's nothing. I just have a cold. I'll get well if I eat. I'll get better if I eat, so let's eat lunch. I quickly let go of Tosca's hand. Then, Tosca's expression turns wicked. Oh, I suspected it when we last met, but it looks like my hunch was correct. You seemed to like you had some experience, but you actually don't, huh? It's surprising, or should I say, it's just as I expected. I see. Tosca Rin stares at me from head to toe. Hey, you're no one to talk, you don't have experience either. What? Come out and say it if you want to say something. It's not good to stay quiet. Nothing. Don't worry. It's just that I figured out a bit more about you. Oh, I won't say it, so you don't have to be frightened. I'm not frightened. Go ahead and say it if you want to. Oh, don't tell her to do that. Oh, can I? She grins. Man, how can such an evil smile exist in this world? Don't say it. What? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Please don't mention it. I think it'll be shocking if I hear it. I think I'll suffer more damage if I hear it from you. Really? Then I guess I won't say it. Tosca withdraws with an expression of victory, and the instant I regain my peace of mind. You're the type that... Wow, she actually said that. You're the type that masturbates to the girl you like, right? Hey, you said it, you devil! Actually, I don't think that's really much of a strange thing. I would think most people would do that. So, I think people get mad when they're told the truth. Tosca ponders as she eats my lunch. No, I think they get mad when they get told really personal things like that. She came to the rooftop empty-handed, which of course meant that she didn't have her lunch. Then it was only natural for her to target mine. Just eat. Man, why do you have chopsticks when you didn't have your own lunch? Do you always carry them around? I just brought these with me when I left my classroom. You had your lunch last time, so I thought I'd have you share some of yours. I came prepared just in case you had boxed lunch. Hey now, I think you're putting thought into the wrong areas. Bring some food before you bring chopsticks. Don't worry about minor details. You brought 2 people's worth of food, so it turned out fine. No, this isn't 2 people's worth of food. It's just that Sakura made too much. Oh well, it's true that I won't be able to finish it by myself. Oh, don't just eat the vegetables, eat some meat as well. I'll get an upset stomach if I just eat meat. What? I don't want it because that's too sweet. Don't tell a girl to eat meat. Why shouldn't I? I'm keeping track of how much I've eaten, so I'm not eating it. That's a sign I've had my share. Liar. I bet you're the type that doesn't hold back when you go to eat yakiniku? I think it's, yeah, yakiniku. I'm sure of it. You'll be scarfing down beef ribs while I'm munching on my salted fish. You won't show any consideration for my money. In fact, you'll try to bankrupt me. And after you're satisfied, you're going to tell me, heh, I went easy this time. Actually, that's surprisingly accurate. I try to get back at her for what she said earlier. If you remember anything from the Unlimited Blade Works route, that's kind of what she does. Well said, Imiya-kun. I find it scary that I can't deny that. Because it's true. No. You're the scary one, Tosuka. But this lunch sure is strange. There's a lot of food here, but the wrapping and all is really feminine. Do you like to cook, Imiya-kun? What a coincidence. I think I heard the same exact thing this morning. Well, it's not that I hate cooking, but Sakura made today's lunch. Oh, Sakura is... Tosuka, what's wrong? Did you bite on a lump of sugar? Oh, jeez, I did it. Tosuka sighs and puts away her chopsticks. Thanks, you can eat the rest by yourself. Jealousy. Tosuka gets away awkwardly. Well, it's fine if she's full already. I was nervous eating lunch next to Tosuka. Now I can enjoy a little peace of mind. I head back to my classroom. It's a few minutes before the 5th period starts, and the hallway is filled with students going back to their classrooms. In contrast, the stairs are quiet and empty. Not many students go to a different floor to eat. There. I bump into Sakura. She looks away awkwardly as soon as she sees us. What could be wrong with her? She was so energetic this morning, but she looks depressed now. Sakura! I call out to her, but before I can say anything else. I'm sorry, Sakura. It was bad timing on my part. Tosuka steps forward. No, you didn't do anything wrong. Even if Senpai and Tosuka-senpai are together, it has nothing to do with... You're misunderstanding. I wouldn't invited him because I had to talk with him about something, and he didn't skip out on you either. He just didn't realize it. What do you mean? It's not like I made a promise with Sakura. You idiot. She made lunch for you, so that means she wanted to eat with you. It's natural for Sakura to be mad. What? Hold on. We never made any promise to eat together. Yeah, you did make that promise, Shiro, you fucking idiot. How can you forget that? It happened just like, what, an hour or so ago? Well, maybe not an hour, but it happened that morning. Man, I swear, Shiro must have like short-term memory or something. Senpai, how about eating at the archery range in that case? The range is open during lunchtime. I can make you some tea and it's quiet there. And when I look, I see Sakura's lunch is untouched. That's right. What was I thinking? Tosuka's absolutely right to call me an idiot. I'm sorry, Sakura. I'm so stupid. No, it's fine. It's not like we made a promise. I just thought it would be good if we could eat together. It's not good. Let's go, Sakura. We'll still make it. We can eat quickly in the archery range, and... I grab Sakura's hand and start running. But... there's no way you'll make it. What can you do in 3 minutes? Tosuka's calm analysis stops me. I panicked because I felt guilty for breaking the promise, but Tosuka's 100% right. It's fine, Senpai. We have to go back to our classrooms just like Tosuka-senpai says. But Sakura... Please don't worry too much about it. That was enough for me. Thank you. I don't know what to say when she makes a face like that. Then I'll be going. You two will be late if you don't hurry. Sakura goes up the stairs with her lunch in her hand. I'd better get going too. Go to the Chinese restaurant in the shopping district after school. Wait there, okay? Then, Tosca leaves a strange message before she leaves for her classroom. Are we going to a Chinese restaurant? 5th period ends and the room empties out quickly. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. Phew, I don't feel like it, but Tosca told me to. Pussy whipped. There's nothing I can do here, so I guess I'll go to the shopping district. There's only one Chinese restaurant in the shopping district. Oh god, I can't even fucking pronounce. Koshuin Seiken Taizen. It's an ominous dungeon in the shopping district with no windows to show you what's inside. Most first-time customers run away after seeing the place. The manager, a favorite of the neighborhood association, is a strange little Chinese man nicknamed Small Manager. Batsu-san has a tendency to fill every dish with red pepper. In other words, the food's hot. Really hot. Imagine being stabbed in the tongue and then having salt rubbed into it, and you'll be on the right track. This restaurant's infernal seasonings have given me a general distaste for Chinese food. It doesn't help that the manager keeps adding aru at the end of every sentence. And now I'm entering this terrible dungeon willingly. The manager will bring me a menu as soon as he sees me. That'll be the end of it. At the very least, I'll have to order something that uses sweet vinegar. Ugh. I think I'd rather have something spicy. Either way, it'll probably be... I'm guessing either way it'd be bad. It'll turn out horrible if I order something like twice cooked pork, and the mapo tofu is out of the question. That stuff is dangerous. It'll melt my tongue. I hear the judge of hell pulls out your tongue, so such awful food could easily come from there. The manager traveled abroad to train his cooking art, so maybe he trained with the devils. Ugh. It's almost 2:30. I promised to be here right after school, so I can't hesitate any longer.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going. I don't know why I have to get pumped up to go into a restaurant, but here it's necessary. I'm not sure what Tosca was thinking when she said we should meet here, but I'm sure she's regretting it now. Wait. Oh god. Here we go. I've been waiting for this part. This is kind of a running joke in the Fate type Moon community, but apparently Kiritsugu, or not Kiritsugu, but Kodamine likes spicy things. You're finally here, Emiya. I came early, so I have already started eating. Smack, smack. The priest is eating mapo tofu. I'm speechless. Why is Kodamine here? Why is he eating mapo tofu that looks like a boiling pot? And why is he eating it so fast? He's sweating, but he never stops for a drink, spiritedly moving his hands as if they would never move again if he stops. Actually, is he just being stubborn? He's eating way too fast. Or is it that good? It looks as if the spicy oil and red pepper were cooked together for 100 years just to be used in that dish. This is bad. This restaurant and Kodamine are both bad. That food has dangerous amounts of spice. It can't be explained any other way. What's wrong? Don't just keep standing and sit down. I'm just gonna let the voice acting play out here because it's just too funny. Oh my god. The priest talks as he keeps eating. I take caution and sit across from him. Well, I'm not too sure what I'm on guard against. The spiciness. I watch his movements. Amazing, he only has about 2 more mouthfuls left. I watch in amazement when Kodamine suddenly stops eating. Uh-oh. Our eyes meet. Kodamine watches me with his usual oppressive eyes, and... Do you want some?
Kuka.
I don't want any! I reply with all my might. The priest... Okay. The priest frowns a bit before he finishes the mapo tofu. Huh? Did my reply disappoint him? You can't handle the spiciness. The only one waiting for me is Kodamine. It seems he asked Tosuke to invite me here. So, what do you want? Isn't it unusual for you to come talk to someone? Well, I heard that you have already defeated 2 servants. I came to commend you on your achievements. He's lying. Even if it is true, he should have picked a better restaurant. I see. I'm sorry, but I think your words are good enough. I'm not fighting for your sake. There's no reason for you to praise me. I guess there was no need for banal flattery. Then, let me cut to the chase. You heard from Ren that Castor is still alive, correct? Yeah, Castor still exists, and she's collecting magical energy from the people in town, right? Yes, I do not know if it is related, but there was another servant at the Reupload Temple on the night you defeated Castor. I believe it to be Assassin, judging by the appearance and combat style, but I am not certain. Assassin? The assassin was also at the Reupload Temple, but Saber said... She did not sense him, right? Assassin is not a strong heroic spirit, but their class has the special ability to conceal its presence. Covert action is their area of expertise. Even Saber should not be able to sense Assassin if he hides his presence. Then that means Assassin was at the Reupload Temple on the night we defeated Castor. Was he hiding near us, trying to find an opening to attack? I understand, but why are you telling me all this? I thought the supervisor doesn't help one particular master. I'm not merely sharing information with you. I have told you all I know. In exchange, tell me what you have experienced over the last few days. There's something strange about this Holy Grail war. Something is different from the last war. If you do not wish to tell me, I will not force you. Just take my words as a warning. No, I'll pay your price. After all, you came out and gave me information that I needed. You have a strong sense of duty as always, Miyashiro. The priest smiles in satisfaction. It seems he knows every move I'm going to make, but I'm not going to fall for his tricks that easily. I'll talk, but first, I have a question. How do you know such a thing? You wouldn't know that Assassin was at the Reupload Temple unless you had a servant. No, he shouldn't know even if he does have a servant. Neither Saber nor Archer, Tosuke's servant, could tell. It is simple. My Lancer was defeated by Assassin at the temple. As his master, I needed only retrieve his last sight. Then, the priest simply states something absurd. What? I said that I am also a master. You said it too, that I would not know unless I had a servant. Well, you are certainly correct. Huh? What? But that ended last night. Lancer has been eliminated, which means that I am not a master. I am no longer your enemy. Well, is that all you wanted to ask me? Then it is your turn to talk. Tell me who you met and what you saw over the past couple of days. The atmosphere becomes heavy in an instant. He doesn't allow me any questions. He wants answers. I have a lot of things I want to ask him, but I have to answer him first. In as much detail as possible, I recount what happened to me after making my contract with Saber 4 days ago. The story lasts for about 30 minutes. I haven't done as much as a master. The information I provided is mostly useless, but the priest takes great interest in Mato Zoken. Mato Zoken. I thought he had weathered away, but he is still active? I guess it is true that he is a blood-sucking monster. Huh? That old man is a blood-sucking monster? Yes, the magic of the Mato family is absorption. I hear that Mato Zoken, a Magus from 6 generations back, was a prominent bug user. Using bugs? That doesn't mean his familiar is a bug, right? Or another way to use bugs is... Hold on, by bug user, do you mean like guys who use bugs as a medium for poison? Like putting in hundreds of poisonous bugs in a pot and using the last surviving one as a curse? No, that is wrong. From the start, cursing is outside of the Makiri's area of expertise. The results of their magic always return to their bodies. Cursing others would only result in mutual destruction. Then he's using bugs as familiars? Yes, Mato Zoken is merely a monster who feeds on the blood of others. I hear that he kept his youth by transfiguring his body and sucking blood, and that he has lived for a few hundred years. But, based on what I heard from Ren's father, he's now on the verge of death, and can no longer walk in broad daylight. So he's like a vampire, but he just uses bugs, I guess. He can't walk in broad daylight? Well, I did meet him both times at night. He sucks on people's blood to prolong his life, and he can't walk under the light of the sun. That's just like... Kodamine, is Mato Zoken a vampire? He's more like a parasitic insect. His nature and personality are like those of an insidious slug. He insults Zoken. It seems Kotomine really hates that old man. You said he's been alive for a few hundred years. Then was he ever a master?
Yeah.
No, Mato Zoken was never a master. He was like a counselor for the Mato family, but he is a monster that lived for hundreds of years. He might have devised a plan to become a master in a way we do not know of. Then the one who made a contract with Castor after her master was killed is... who knows? But he is not someone you can let your guard down against. If he has taken the stage, he must believe his victory is certain. That means that the Mato family's master has the support of the worst devil in the Makiri history. Shinji said he hasn't given up, and he has the backing of Mato Zoken. He lost his command spell, but that old man might be able to give him a new servant. You have been a great help, and all these abnormalities make sense if the Makiri Elder is in action. As the war supervisor, I shall try to suppress the damage. Kotomine nods to himself and relaxes. Supervisor, huh? You're not one to talk when you were secretly a master until yesterday. Do not put it like that. I have no wish. I obtained Lancer because I wanted to give the Holy Grail to a more appropriate desire. But that is over now. It is for the remaining masters to decide. Well, personally, I would like either you or Rin to obtain the Holy Grail. I frown. The priest is serious. He just said that he doesn't need the Holy Grail. In fact, he clearly told me that he wants either Rin or I to obtain it. Why? You became a master because you want the Holy Grail, right? Don't you have a wish you want granted? Let's see, I do not have a wish, but I do have a goal. My goal is not a serious matter, and it is meaningless if I achieve it myself. A goal that is meaningless if he achieves it himself? What are you talking about? If you want to tell riddles, find somebody else. Consider it a friendly warning. We are the same, you and I. As we do not have clear wishes, we cannot seek salvation. I simply thought it would be easier for you if you quickly realized it. What? I feel like he has grabbed my heart in his hand. The priest's words seep into my mind like a curse. Kotomine, you... I constrict my wavering eyes and glare at him. And then... Here's your Mapo Tofu, Aru! Oh god. The second and third plates of Mapo Tofu are placed on the table. It is time! You must eat! Kotomine picks up a spoon. I'm sure of it. He ordered more servings beforehand. Our eyes meet. Kotomine stares at me with oppressive eyes and... Do you want some? No! I answer him with a straight face. Mapo Tofu. I leave in Seikan Taizen. It's because Kotomine had no intention of talking anymore and started eating the Mapo Tofu. As I leave the restaurant with a heartburn. Emiya, I have withdrawn from the war, but you and I are still masters. Zoken is insidious, so be careful. The priest warns me as if it's someone else's problem. Oh shit. Wind enters the damp room. From the open door comes two sets of footsteps. One kicks the ground in a hurry, and the other is being dragged in. Come on, get started. Thump. A heavy sound echoes through the room. It's the sound of Mato Shinji, the one who came to this room in a hurry, throwing the person he brought with him. The floor of the secret room is wriggling around. The worms must be active right now, as leech-like insects are writhing all over the floor. Mato Shinji knows what these worms are. These are lust worms that his grandfather Mato Zoken raises that love human blood, semen, and marrow. What the fuck? So they're pretty much rape worms. Once swarmed by these lust worms, men will have their spine crushed, brain sucked, and will be made into a cripple. The worms will transform when attacking a woman, so that they are only able to violate her nerves. They will spread their tentacles all over her body and devour her spirit. Yeah, and they look strangely phallic. The lust worms will wet the woman's skin with their mucus, excite and destroy her sensual nerves of pleasure, and satisfy their hunger. It must be their instincts, as the worms seem to love the woman's womb. They do not eat the female flesh, but seek the organs within them. They give the woman huge enough orgasms to fry her brain, and they go into her body to devour her placenta. Unwilling to eat human flesh, the worms have only one way to get what they desire. As a result, the woman's mind and body are completely violated and destroyed. Man, this is just starting to sound really just like a hentai or something. The name Lustworm must come from such characteristics. Mato Shinji throws the person he dragged here into the pool of such worms. Please tell me it's not a woman. Get started. He talks from the top of the stairs. Nobody, man or woman, can survive after being thrown into a swarm of lust worms. But this person is an exception. The worms slither away from the person. Are they scared or have they lost interest? The worms do not approach the figure. They merely reflect the light around the figure with their mucus. Make me a new book. You still have 2 more left, right? The only reply comes from the worms. The darkness undulates as if liking the order. You can go back if you do as I say. That's what you want to do, right? There's no reply. The only sound in the room is the annoying cry of the worms. Look, fighting is the only way if you oppose me anymore. Mato Shinji threatens to reveal everything. The person on the floor trembles. That is not allowed. The old man who Mato Shinji called master will not allow it. But this person knows Shinji is not the type to follow his master's orders. He is frantic right now. Anyone that gets in his way is his enemy. The old man forced him away from battle out of concern for his life, but the concern itself is an unforgivable insult to him. A change occurs after a long silence. A figure appears in a flash of light. The worms flee to the corners of the room like an ebbing tide. Even the worms understand how powerful the materialized woman is. About time. Long hair and a slender, tall figure. The one clothed in all black is the servant called Ryder. Let me confirm again, Shinji. You are using me solely for your protection, correct? The black servant asks. She's looking up from the bottom of hell, from the preserve of worms. Yeah, it's dangerous out there, so I want a reliable guard. Mato Shinji does not hide his joy of becoming a master again and spits out words covered with lies. It's almost 4 o'clock when I get out of the restaurant. I have no business in the shopping district, so all that's left is to go home, but... Mato Zoken. Shinji and Sakura's grandfather, huh? I have a bad feeling about this. I don't feel like going straight home, so I decide to take a detour. Huh? I see Sakura's shoes. Considering the time, I bet Sakura's already back from her club. I'm home. Oh, you're asleep, Sakura. Her club practice must have been tiring, as Sakura is sleeping in the living room. She must be exhausted as she is lying on the floor rather than having her head on the table. Yeah, she was sick, but she went to school in her club, and was helping around with my house on top of that. You're working way too hard, Sakura. I go past the living room, trying not to wake her up, and... I bring a blanket from my room. Here, you'll catch cold if you sleep without a blanket. I carefully drape the blanket over her. Then... Senpai? She must be half asleep as Sakura looks up at me with empty eyes. Her gesture is different. It's not the Sakura I know who stands and smiles in the kitchen wearing an apron. Her gesture is more erotic than I've ever seen on her. I brought a blanket, Sakura. Nervously, I try to explain myself. At that instant... Oh god. Sakura's arms wrap around my neck. Shiro's eyes, his expression is like, what the fuck is going on? Her breath is near me. I'm intensely aware of her femininity, no matter how hard I try to ignore it. Hey, Sakura! I can't breathe or talk properly. Sakura's half asleep. You need only look at her eyes to see that. So I have to shake her off me. I have to get away from her, but... I can't take my eyes off her. Her hair streams down her neck. Her lips let out a seductive sigh, and her breasts are pushing up her shirt. Having her mature woman's body so close is making me dizzy. Senpai? Her hands tense up a bit. Our faces near each other. I'm entranced by her lips, unable to resist. My reasoning is frozen. Everything I've prohibited, everything I shouldn't have noticed. Such boring senses are being destroyed. Sakura? My heart is pounding. The sound of the pounding heart fills my eardrums. My head empties out, and... Not sure if I like where this is going. Oh. God, block. Are you home, Shiro? I jump back. Holy shit. I display a speed and quick-wittedness I've never shown before and land on top of the table. That was a wonderful movement, but I do not know about landing on the table. You're right. I was a bit surprised. I slowly step down to the floor. Sakura is... Huh? Her hands are lowered, and she's sleeping again. Shiro, your face is red. Did something happen? Your eyes are wandering. Are you worried about something? It's nothing. Let's just go to the dojo. Sakura needs sleep, and I want to train with you until dinner. That is an excellent attitude to take, Shiro. I'm well rested and in perfect condition. Let us prepare for tonight's battle. Saber heads to the dojo without questioning my suspicious behavior. Phew. I'm saved. I'm glad Saber didn't see us like that, but I'm more glad that I didn't do anything on the spur of the moment. If I'd done anything to Sakura while she was half asleep, I would kill myself out of shame. Well, that was awkward. It's good that you're training, but you have to keep it moderate, Senpai. Jamming a finger is bad enough, but you have almost broken this one. Ouch! Please put a bandage on it slower, Sakura. Of course it hurts. It's natural to swell up if you leave such an injury alone. Please give up and consider this a divine punishment. Sakura tapes up my middle finger. Her movements are quick and accurate. She must get lots of practice treating jammed fingers in an archery club. She's skillful, but isn't this a bit rough for Sakura? And you too, Saber-san. Couldn't you have gone easier if you're stronger than Senpai? Senpai's body is swollen all over. He won't even be able to take a bath tonight. Sakura, I do not mean to contradict you, but that is what Shiro wished for. I merely responded to his request. And Shiro is partly responsible for tonight's injury. He was the one who wished to train, but he was not concentrating at all. Saber glares at me in complaint. There's not much I can say when she puts it like that. Did you feel sick or something, Senpai? It's not like you to go to the dojo with unclear motivation. Indeed. What was distracting you, Shiro? You were staring into empty space even when you were holding the shinai, and I felt no spirit in your attacks. Well, that's, the cause is standing right here in front of me, but there's no way I can say that. Just thinking about it makes my heart jump. Senpai? That's not really helping. Does it still hurt somewhere? Sakura looks at me with worry. No, I'm fine now. I just ate too much, so it'll help me out if you can make me some tea. I quickly moved my face away from Sakura. Okay then, I'll go brew some after-meal tea. Sakura stands up to go to the kitchen. Man, this is really bad for my heart. Her body is engraved in my mind, and I get conscious of her whenever she comes near me. Are you fine with tea, Saber-san? Yes, please do not make it too hot. Sakura promptly brews some tea. Her gestures are supposed to be familiar, but I feel like I'm seeing them for the first time. Damn, why do I keep remembering it? There's something wrong with me, just like Saber said. Just looking at Sakura reminds me of how she looked earlier, and her soft lips. This is just lust. Sakura is an important underclassman and a family member to me. So why am I now conscious of her like this? Damn it. I know, I really do. Sakura is beautiful. I've been aware of it for quite a while now. But in spite of that, I acted as her senpai. I like Sakura. Having her around became normal for me before I knew it, and I found it to be a great comfort. But it's always been a different sort of affection. I've never wanted to embrace Sakura. I knew she was a girl, but I never viewed her as someone of the opposite sex. But now, I'm beginning to think it's not that I never viewed her as a girl, but that I was trying not to view her as a girl. Senpai. Here's some tea, Senpai. Oh, yeah, thanks, Sakura. You're welcome. Thank you for dinner too, Senpai. Sakura smiles happily. Seeing her smile makes me happy as well. It seems she really liked the pork meatloaf with egg and vegetables. Sakura hands the tea to Saber as well and sits down. Saber must enjoy tea as she receives it with satisfaction. Itadakimasu. But where's Tiger? I have not seen her around for a while. Huh? Oh, she just called and said she can't make it tonight. I don't get the details, but she said she has to go visit hospitals or something. I see. I wanted to ask her some questions since she is more knowledgeable about your habits. I guess it cannot be helped. I shall wait until next time to strengthen you. Are you saying yesterday's and today's trainings were just the beginnings? Of course. The trainings up to now were to teach your body what you were able to do. From now on, we will train you to survive using your special characteristics. I see. That sounds hard. Intense would be the word to describe it. Consider your training up to today to be a mere warm-up. Well, are you serious? I don't know if I should be thankful or not that Fujine isn't coming tonight. What was that sigh? This is for your own good. Sakura? Saber looks at Sakura. Huh? I follow her gaze. Hey. Sakura's breathing painfully. Sakura! I run to her and shake her shoulders. What's wrong, Senpai? It's not what's wrong, you were pushing yourself again. No, she's not. She looks healthy, her shoulders aren't hot, and she's just looking up at me in wonder. Huh? You look like you were in pain. Oh, you're wrong, I just fell asleep. That's concerning. Sakura smiles in embarrassment. Don't scare me like that. I thought your cold got worse again. I'm sorry, I've been sleepy all day and I fall asleep if I let my guard down. I see. Well, you were sleeping this afternoon too. You can go rest if you're tired, I'll clean up. Oh, okay, you're right. I'll accept your offer and go rest now. Sakura bows and exits the living room. She's walking steadily, so I guess she's just short on sleep, like she said. Of course. Nothing strange is going on. The moon darkens. The clouds, blown by the strong wind, hide the white moon. It's time. Let's go patrolling. We go outside, careful not to wake Sakura. It's 11 o'clock. We decide to start patrolling earlier to make up for yesterday. The town has continued to suffer while my guard was down after Castor's defeat. If Castor is still alive and collecting energy from people, I have to defeat her for sure tonight. That means we're going back to the Reupload Temple. Great. This is not dangerous. We're not going to get killed. We descend the hill to the intersection. The question is where to go from here. Well, obviously, he was concerned about the Reupload Temple. Shiro, I feel a servant's presence. Is it close, Saber? Should not be a problem distance-wise. Even with your speed, we should be able to catch up to the servant in about 5 minutes. Please give me an order, Master. Saber is asking me if we should follow them or stay here and keep watch. I don't even need to think about it. Let's go. Lead the way, Saber. Oh, thought they were going to give us a choice there. I guess not. Saber starts to run. She heads east. It seems she's heading to the big bridge connecting Miyama City and Shinto. Oh, okay, so we're not going there. The instant I step into the park, the abnormal presence makes me feel like vomiting. The air is polluted here. The stench of rotten decay seeps into my nose. Ugh. My gastric juice is regurgitated just by standing here. The discomfort and the dizziness almost break my mind. Look, Shiro. I suppress my nausea and look. There. Enya-kun? Saber, Stan, Tosuka, and Archer with their backs to us. Oh, this motherfucker. New enemies. And that old man, Mato Zoken. I understand the situation right away. Tosuka is fighting Mato Zoken. I see dozens of something so small that I can't distinguish it around Tosuka. Tosuka's servant Archer has many more around him. It seems Mato Zoken used those things to attack them. Well, if it isn't Saber's master, so you prepared a backup. For Tosuka's daughter, you are surprisingly smart. You're wrong. Archer and I are more than enough to be a confession out of you. They're just spectators. They have nothing to do with me. Tosuka keeps glaring at Mato Zoken, but her back is... What were you thinking coming at a time like this? Do you want to die? Harshly scolding me. Shiro, I know. This isn't the time to be arguing with Tosuka. Just as how Tosuka does not look away from that old man, I'm feeling danger from him. A monster said to have survived by sucking people's blood. A descendant of Makiri who tried to obtain the Holy Grail and made Shinji into a master. There's no way such a guy would just stand there and not do anything. I wanted to keep this hidden, but I guess it cannot be helped. I cannot survive against 2 servants. He makes a sound with his cane. The instant it strikes the bricks beneath the old man's feet. Someone we already defeated appears to protect him. Castor. Damn, so she really is still alive. Please stay back, Shiro. That is Castor, but not Castor. Her appearance and abilities are the same, but I do not feel her will or soul. That thing is an imitation made from Castor's corpse. Saber steps forward. In her hand is the invisible sword. Oh, as expected from Saber. You saw through my trick right away. Oh my. No wonder Shinji's rider was no match for you. Archer should not be a match against you, just like Castor who was defeated without being able to do anything. Is that all you have to say for yourself? Deceiving us is the least of your crimes. Even though Castor is our enemy, she is a heroic spirit chosen as a servant. You better have an appropriate determination if you are trifling with her corpse. Oh, I only picked up some trash that nobody needed any longer.
I do not mind being called a heretic for that, but you would fall lower than a brute if that is the case. You are the greatest servant after all. Then it is best for me to make you, rather than this corpse, into my slave. I shall let my worms eat you alive and have you follow this corpse's fate. You! Why are you enraged? Servants are merely tools. It does not matter how they are used. It is the same whether you bind them with a command spell or you use them as a corpse. Then is it not for your sake to turn you into a mindless puppet?
The two servants charge. Saber and Archer charge at the laughing monster as if they planned the attack. Two blades slice through Caster. The match was decided from the start. Caster cannot defeat Saber. Even with Mato Zoken's control, that fact has not changed. Caster's magic does not reach Saber, and Saber finishes off the enemy she defeated before. Caster's body begins to disintegrate. Saber stands by and watches it until the end, to ensure that it completely disappears, to ensure that her body will not be violated again. Archer! It's Tosca's voice. Mato Zoken has disappeared. He sacrificed Caster in order to make his escape, but... That is why Saber took care of Caster. Archer ignored her completely, pursued the controller, and... That's it. Cut Mato Zoken's body in half.
Go!
Zoken's upper body falls to the ground.
Oh, my.
A dragging sound. Even though blood and entrails are spilling from his bisected body, the old man still lives. He crawls across the ground with his arms, trying to get away from Archer. This is the end, Magus. My past experiences have taught me to quickly finish off monsters like you. Archer raises his short sword above Zoken. This is the end. No matter how immortal Mato Zoken may be, he will die once his head is crushed, and he is almost dead already. It is not like he has self-healing powers like the servants, and his horrific wound is taking him closer to death by the second. But, unwilling to take any chances, Archer kills the Magus with his short sword. What? No, he tries to kill Zoken and stops. It's not only Archer who felt it. Everybody here does. Tosca and Saber, Archer and I. Even Mato Zoken, hovering on the edge of death, trembles at its appearance. Darkness covers the park. The damp air freezes in an instant. My heart is beating at a higher pitch, but the rate is slower. Something bad is close by, so I have to run away. I can't concern myself with that thing. My body understands it instinctively, yet it refuses to move. It's meaningless to run away. My body knows that I can't escape. I move my trembling body and turn my numb neck. I look towards the entrance of the park. There stands the shadow. Space is distorted. I want to believe it's just my imagination, a product of the distorted sense of balance caused by extreme tension. I've never seen anything like it. It's insubstantial, as if a shadow suddenly stood up. Its existence is so light that it can be blown away, and yet its presence dominates this place. It lacks intelligence or reason, and it probably is not even alive. The black shadow stands there like a mirage. So... It's the Eye of Sauron! Why do I find this so familiar? Because they're a servant of Sauron?
Impossible.
I hear a hoarse voice. The only one able to speak here happens to be the dying old man.
Impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
He crawls while screaming. Mato Zoken pulls himself away from Archer and out of the park. It's not that Zoken had that much strength left. It's just that fear of the shadow drove him. Nobody is able to move. Tosca and I stand still, transfixed by fear. Even Saber and Archer seem entranced. It's like a deep sea monster. The shadow sways in the silent world where everything is still. And... it shows something like a will for the first time. It lacks eyes, limbs, or a body, yet it still casts a shadow at its base. Outlined by the moonlight, the shadow begins to stretch and elongate. Like a snake that has found its prey, it points at Tosca and... Oblivious to the change, Tosca does not move. Saber is too far away. Archer has started running, but he is too far away to make it in time. The shadow lashes out. Without showing any sign, the shadow abruptly covers tens of meters and... Tosca, watch out! I frantically push Tosca aside. I can't hear her voice. The instant I push Tosca away, something engulfs me. A splashing sound and the sensation of something trying to crush my body. My presentiment wasn't wrong. Water has come crushing in around me, and I'm now sinking into the sea. But it's hot. The seawater is too hot. Boiling coal tar. It sticks to my skin and cuts off my life, and I don't feel like I'm in the sea. Oh man, it's all the previous routes. I feel sick. I feel sick. It's wrong. I feel sick. It's wrong. I feel sick. It's wrong. I feel sick. I feel sick. It's wrong. It's wrong. I feel sick. Rabbit's corpse. One eye missing. Rotten, soft, and flat and fresh. Forced into my mouth. Rabbit's corpse smears my esophagus. A clear sensation of eating life. Life is life, even if it is rotten. It's real. I can't taste this with crooked food. Damn it, I can't read all this. This is ridiculous. There's no taste, but I'm forced to eat it as long. Oh my god. It's just a wall of text. A wall of text of just ridiculousness. Kun. Emiya-kun. I wake up. My body is hot. My nausea isn't fading. My head is shaking and I can't even stand up by myself. Are you awake? Can you tell who I am? She slaps my cheeks. I can tell. Only Tosca would slap someone at a time like this. Good. I guess you're alright if you can talk back like that. That was just my honest opinion right now. You idiot, why are you smiling? I'm not going to thank you, okay? Don't ever do that again. I can't return the favor if you die trying to save me. She glares at me, but Tosca is still rubbing my back with one hand and holding my hand in the other to check my temperature. Tosca, what happened to that weird thing? It disappeared. It vanished when you stepped onto the shadow and fainted. I think it came from over that way. Tosca looks southwest and grits her teeth. I see. But I think I was entangled in it for a while. Really? It hasn't even been 10 seconds since you pushed me. Here's the proof, see? Shiro! Saber runs up to me. You acted reckless again. Saber supports me and pulls me away from Tosca. Get away, Archer's master. I shall treat you as an enemy if you come any closer to my master. What? I'm your enemy as well? Of course, you are a master and Archer is with you. I do not know why Shiro protected you, but I cannot let you near my master before my eyes. Saber glares at Tosca. Crap, I guess I never told Saber about our current truce. No, you're wrong, Saber. We're at peace right now, so until we defeat Castor. Shiro, please get yourself together. I'm saying Tosca isn't our enemy. I promised her. Understood. I will not fight her if that is your will. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't talk anymore. I endure the nausea and chill that tries to get me unconscious. I have to get home before I faint. I have to stay conscious until then. So you survived, huh? Well, you didn't touch the main body, so the most that it can do is make you ill. Archer approaches. Archer is expressionless even though Zoken got away, and he is the only calm one here. Archer, do you know what that shadow is? Who knows? But one thing is clear. That shadow is what's been draining the life from the townspeople ever since Castor's death. He answers as if he's not interested. Then Archer looks down at me, lying on the ground. It seems this is no time to pursue personal grudges. Isn't that right, Miyashiro? What? As for what that shadow was, your intuition's correct. I'm summoned as a servant, but I'm to fight it after all. Archer, who are you? I see. You are not a guardian yet. Then you must not have fought something like that before. Man, it seems I'll be doing the same thing no matter where I go. The Knight in Red beckons Tosca to go. But right before they leave... No, it's not that hopeless. It has not occurred yet. I might be able to finish it beforehand, or I might end up cleaning up after the event. I have a chance of stopping it this time. He looks up at the sky and murmurs these words. So, does that mean he's fought this before? Considering that Shiro, I'm guessing, like, maybe this is he's remembering something from something that maybe happened in this route and where he just failed or something. I don't know. Or maybe he's just talking about something he did as a guardian. Could be either one. It switches on and off. The heat permeates my body and I don't feel like I'm walking. Is it because someone told me this is like a disease? It feels like plagued maggots are filling my whole body. Maybe because they are. Senpai. I can't tell dream and reality apart. I feel like I'm already asleep and trying to go back to my room. Sakura, were you not asleep? Please move aside. You'll hurt Senpai if you hold him like that. No, this is my duty. And if this is a disease, you might get infected as well. I'm not talking about that. Saber-san, I don't know what you two are doing. I knew you wouldn't answer me even if I asked, so I never did. Uh-oh. Sakura is angry. But Senpai has seemed troubled ever since you came here. I could still bear that, but tonight you brought him home injured. Sakura, that is... I don't know what your circumstances are, but isn't there a better way to go about this? If you can't, please at least resolve your problems without involving Senpai. I return to my room. It feels like someone is next to me, putting me to sleep. A voice is whispering in my ear, but I can't make out the words. Did it apologize? It's my fault? Did it apologize? I'm sorry? Whatever the words are, they're the last thing I hear. My consciousness fades as soon as I lie down. The scene keeps squirming like insects until the very end. Like insects. Her. Get it? Another one. See ya. Don't be late tomorrow. She slurs her words as she sees off her friends. There's no one around, and the rotary is completely still. Did her friend get the last taxi, or are they just avoiding this place for some reason? The station, which used to be filled with light and people, is now just a group of lifeless buildings. I guess there are days like this. She heads home, still slightly drunk. Oh no, I know where this is going. It doesn't matter if there's no taxi, or if the last train is out. Her apartment is close by. Her friends live 3 stations away, so she walks home by herself after seeing them off. The rotary is quiet even though it's still before midnight, and she starts home like always. Yep, I know where this is going, and I'm not sure you guys are gonna like it too much. So, when did it turn into something that's not like always? The desolate town, the pitch black back alleys, the chill emanating from the dark shadows. Formless unease assails her. Hey, is someone there? She turns around. The only thing following her is her cold and silent silhouette. She walks faster. Staying here is dangerous. She doesn't believe she's overthinking. Nobody is following her. First of all, she doesn't have the sense to realize it even if she's in danger. She's only human after all. Hey, what is this? But she can't stop shivering. The unpleasant presence gets stronger. This is just like the time she woke up at night as a child. She would wake up to go to the bathroom, but would sense something crouching in the corner. Instead of moving, she would pretend to be asleep until morning came. This unease is how she felt then, as if the whole world has abandoned her. She's running now. She's not taking her usual route home. The road in front of her is dangerous. The roads she usually takes home are all dark. Instinctively seeking the safest way, she's running before she knows it. When did the quick trot turn into an all-out dash? She understands that it's silly to be scared of something she cannot see, but she is unable to stop herself. She runs like a dog. Her throat is dry, but strangely she isn't sweating. The town at night. The series of accidents with unknown causes. Desperately, she tells herself that it's not the work of a serial killer. There's no one around. Tonight, of all nights, the place is empty. Is that why this seems like it's happening to somebody else? The familiar town is like an imitation in a mirror that will never find her. Huh? And she arrives at the final destination. That's strange. Why? Did she come to this place? What am I doing? Something is very funny. Something's funny. So sounds of laughter come from her throat as if from someone else. She's merely running. Her usual route home seemed too dangerous, so she ran along the roads that felt safer to her, and... Finally, she realizes that there is no place to run. Oh god. Worms, 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 worms. Some appear from between the grasses. Some fall from the tree branches. The first one drops on her right eye end. Ew. It uses the snout larger than her eyeballs to crawl into her eye socket. Ooh. The scream is not heard. She crumples to the ground. Pain shoots through her heels. It hurts, as if they've been chopped off with an axe. Since that's impossible, she tries to move her toes, only to find that she can't feel them. In its place, many new things could enter her body from the cut heel. She tries to see what they are with her remaining left eye. She cannot see what they are anymore. Indescribable horrors swarm over her body. It's eating. Her mind somehow does not see what they are eating. The worms dive in. When she was small, she once saw maggots swarming on a sponge. This is just like that. Although inchworms chewing through an apple might be a more apt comparison. But it's not weird. But the realistic image in the scene before her do not seem related. Because such things cannot be. Such things cannot be happening to her. It's almost midnight. She has to hurry home, ready the bath. Ouch. Laugh off all the fatigue. That hurts. Let her hair dye. It hurts. Watch some videos. Return to her room. Room. It hurts. She wants to return to her room. Return. Please stop. Stay up till 3 o'clock. It really hurts. Anything. Please stop. It hurts. Wake up with an alarm clock. Go back. It hurts. Go back to work. Go back. So I want to go back to work. Back to my room. Go back, but go away. No, stop. Please take me back to my room. Please. No, why are you eating me? The meal ends in under 5 minutes. It was too gruesome a scene to be called a meal, but if one defines having a meal as absorbing nourishment, then this was certainly a meal. The lying body stands up. The female body is turned into an old man's body.
I can never get used to this.
A hoarse voice echoes through the park. The worms have disappeared. They have finished their meal and have returned to their nest, the old man's body. In other words, they replaced the woman's body, the one they fed on. Someone else is watching the spectacle. Between the crisscrossing tree branches, a white mask is floating. The mask made from a human skull is smiling like a buffoon. The owner of the mask does not even need to be mentioned. It is the seventh servant, the one born from within the fake servant. He is the heroic spirit who defeated Lancer, assassin.
Impressive. So your previous body was not your own either.
So,
Were you watching, assassin? Yes, my body has perished a long time ago. I'm just an old fool who has to leech off a whole body. My body cannot handle walking under the sun like everybody else's.
The laughing figure is indeed Mato Zoken. It took him a few minutes to attack and take over a woman's body. The speed is incredible, even for a master magus.
I see, so you do not care who it was. All you require is a full body, no matter whose it may be. You merely mold the body to the shape you want. What's inside your body are worms in any case. The worms will function as your organs. It is indeed mimicry. Oh my. In only one day you have grown quite talkative. Do you remember your wish now? Of course. I can only be summoned by people who share my desire. Your craving for eternal life has summoned me here. What I wish for is eternity. But
the black shadow wavers. The emotionless skull stares at the aged magus.
this raises a question. You are already immortal. You have lived for over 5 centuries. Then is your wish not already granted?
The old magus lets out a cry. Who would know that the cry is not a laugh, but a cry of anger? Yes, Mato Zoken is almost immortal. He will live as long as there are bodies to infest and his soul remains alive. But there is only pain. Mato Zoken does not wear his current form by choice, turning his body into something inhuman and mimicking human form. There is a limit to this magic. It is like a machine. A machine can run forever in theory, but its parts rust over time. Parts rust, cogwheels slide out of place, programs become obsolete.
No, I'm not immortal, assassin. My body rots. It will rot no matter how many times I get a new body. It will rot no matter what I do. This new body has begun to rot already. Can you begin to understand the discomfort and disgrace of rotting alive? The despair upon learning that your body is not human.
Why does it rot? Are the worms not able to make a proper body?
That is not true. The worms are lively. They have no problem as a body. From the start, I became a parasite in grief over my aging body. They serve perfectly as a body. I chose this method to prolong my life forever while retaining my humanity. I am even more confused. Is that all you can manage even with the power to perfectly preserve your body? First of all, why are you taking the form of an old man? If you are able to shape the flesh into any form, you should be able to take any appearance. That is a good question. Then let me ask you. Let's say something that lost its original body tries to reproduce its body with its powers. In that case, what do you think restores the body to its original form? The body records itself. Even after it is burned or cut, the body is able to restore its original appearance, because there is an internal blueprint. Yes, a body's composition is recorded in its genes. But it is different in my case. I lost my body, the place where my composition was recorded. I can no longer use that blueprint to recreate my body. In that case, what do you think records my body and gives it form? It is obvious. The soul. It is not the law of the physical world, but something of the higher order, the record of all bodies within the concept of the astral world. Yes, if one has the soul, one should be able to reconstruct their body even if the original body and genes have been lost. So in other words, this old Magus is. I see. You keep your soul alive while taking the bodies of other creatures as your own. So that is the trick behind your immortality. That must be why you cannot turn yourself into anything else. What you are keeping alive is your soul, not your body. So that is why you cannot take any other form but that of Mato Zoken. Of course, I'm not taking the form of an old man because I want to. Look, this is the only form I can create, and it is a poor creation that rots away unless I exchange it periodically. I used to be able to last 50 years before I had to exchange my body, but I have to exchange it every few months now. Who can understand the pain I feel as I rot away? Do not misunderstand, assassin of this generation. Do not call such a thing immortality. Irritation can be heard in the voice of the old Magus. It has been 3 days since Assassin's summoning. He finally sees the true nature of his summoner. I understand now. So what is rotting is not your body, but... Yes, my soul is rotting. Time even affects ethereal bodies. Therefore, my physical body will rot. It is natural for my body to rot if my soul, the blueprint of my body, is rotten. So that is why you seek the Holy Grail. No wonder you are angry. Such eternity must be more painful to you than those who have no idea for eternity. Exactly. My body rots. I need to be free from this pain, from this poison violating deep into my bones. The Holy Grail exists for that purpose. I've persisted for that purpose. Right. I do not want to die. I want to live. It is dreadful to think that I will disappear from this world. To escape this fate, I have lived for hundreds of years, devouring the flesh of thousands. You understand, Master of the Mountain. I hate myself for turning myself into worms. I hate being the only one who rots away. I hate all humans for being given bodies as a matter of course. The White Mask looks down at the rotting old man. How can he say he hates humans that live peacefully? It was his spell, used to escape that peaceful life, that gave him this pain. The unending torment of this Magus, the decay that melts his bones and flesh, is the result of his own action. But the pain overrides such trivial matters as blame. It must not matter who is evil or what the cause is, because this is just a speculation, but Mato Zoken must be insane already. The pain and fear of experiencing one's own decomposition must be unbearable for normal human beings. Nobody should be able to endure it, no matter how strong their mind may be. Because one will die. The body dies if it rots for over an hour. But 200 years. Only this old Magus would understand how rotten the mind is of someone who has his body rotting away. Mato Zoken has gone insane, no matter his mental state. If there is nobody in this world who can identify with him, he will be labeled insane. A centuries-old obsession, huh? I cannot understand, but... The old man's monologue can be summarized in one sentence. He does not want to die. He does not want to die. In short, he does not want to die. It is merely that a wish anyone would have became clear for this man. He sacrificed many people, clinging to this simple yet foolish wish. He prepared many things and sacrificed people to obtain the Holy Grail. No. This old Magus' very existence is made possible by those sacrifices. That is reason enough for the masked assassin to pledge his loyalty. I do not understand, but you are appropriate to be my master. Very well. Let us both aim for eternity, as we are both beings who are not treated as human. The skull waits. The servant in a black coat bows to the rotting old Magus.